Sorry, I'm a few minutes late. But of course, last minute, dog had to go out. Anyway, how's everyone doing? Who do we got here? Hey, Megan. Hey, Grace Case. Yeah, I sprayed this hair stuff in here, and it's like now I'm breathing it in. It's like, ugh. Hey, Tammy, Nancy O, Reagan, Autistic Shell, what's up? What did I miss up here? Brighter Day Jen, John, Sassy Naz, T King, T King. Why would that? That's weird. Why wouldn't they allow that? Hey, Heather, Diane, Eliar. Okay. Oh, thank you, Diane. All right, so I'm gonna just give it another minute or two, and then I'm gonna jump right into it because I had kind of um like a eureka moment, I guess you could say. Hey, dirty Uncle Sal, Tammy, Heather. Did I say? I might have said you, but if not, hey, Heather. Oh, freaking tired too. I don't know why. I didn't really do much today. I actually had like a day off to like do nothing, and I did some housework, but it was nice. Thank you, Tammy. I got it from Amazon. It was like $5. It's like shit. Even if it's like it's kind of tight, but I figure even if I just wear it underneath stuff, I like it. Hey, Sally. What? Apparently my phone thought I said Surrey. You figured out what's wrong with Unicock. Oh no, no, that wasn't my eureka moment. Um, who knows what the hell his problem is, but whatever. No, my eureka moment had to do with Katie. Well, I'll just jump into it and start. What the hell? So earlier today, I went over to her Instagram and I was just skimming through some shit. Why does Google Chrome want to record my computer screen? This is like the second time they've asked. No. So I was just skimming through her posts and everything and some comments, and this one I was going through. So make sure it's up there. Okay, so and I got to one part that caught my attention. I mean, this is a huge like essay here that she wrote with the post, but right down here. Ethical standards for churches will generally state that no pastor should ever serve in a business relationship with their members due to perceived authority over the member. Additionally, accepting personal gifts by members is a conflict of interest as it can be viewed as a bribe or to gain favor. Now, my first thought was, does Katie actually does Katie really think that people think that they can buy their way into heaven or something? I mean, what favor does a church have over its parishioners? I mean, it's not a place of employment. It's not an educational place. So it doesn't have it doesn't dictate your life in any way, really. Like you get out of religion what you put into it, more or less. Where education, like that, can make or break a person. Like there's room for corruption there, and the people can be corrupted and bribed. What are you bribing a church for? Like a baptism, maybe? But I mean, they don't charge for those anyways. Usually it's done by donation. So I'm like, what, to get into heaven? But then I thought about, I'm like, well, wait a minute, no, wait. Katie did get some shit out of religion before. She talks about it, like this cult or whatever she joined, but she has mentioned before about how this church helped her out in like so many ways with their child or with their family. So, and we've all heard the rumors, and I think that she's even kind of fueled some of the rumors about the falling out she had with the church. Like she says that they turned out to be a cult or whatever, which I call bullshit on that. But come to find out, though, the church just kind of cut them off as far as like all the freebies and the donations and everything. The church was like, dude, we have other needy members here too, and that's rumored to be why they parted ways. So, and that's when I remembered that, this made a lot more sense. Additionally, accepting personal gifts by members is a conflict of interest as it can be viewed as a bribe or to gain favor. So I don't think she's so delusioned to the point where she thinks, or she believes that people are trying to buy their way into heaven. Okay, so I don't think that that's the favor in which she's speaking of. I think the favor in which she's speaking of is the other power and authority that the church has, and that's over where their donations go, where these contributions go, where they're directed, basically. And that got me thinking, like, is that why she's after religion? Like, is that her whole beef with religion? So here's what I did. I went through a whole bunch of old posts and shit of hers, like social media posts, not blog posts. Although I did come across a blog post I will be reading, and I gotta say, man, this might be what's going on here. This might be just like a years long temper tantrum or grudge that she's holding against organized religion because she got told that she couldn't do whatever the fuck she wanted. Basically, like that's what it sounds like, and I'm going to show you why it is. I have this conclusion, or why I have this theory. Let me check chat before I start pulling up screenshots. Did she really call baptism waterboarding? Well, not for nothing. Some priests can be kind of a dick about it, but for the most part, they're not. I don't think. Anyway, whatever. Sorry, I'm wicked thirsty for some reason. All right, so let me pull up these screenshots. Actually, I made like this whole recording and shit where I was talking about this, but it's like as I was recording it, that's when my thinking was started going on, and I started concluding things. I'm like, no, I gotta stop what I'm doing. I gotta look this shit up. So I looked everything up, and I like just wrapped it up like just in time. So that's why like nothing's prepared quite. It's all here. I just have to put it up in a tab to read. 652, 26, 4, 49. Okay, this way. 37. Okay. These posts, though, I'm going to be reading. I'm not going to be reading the entire post because, like, I'm just either the entire post or snippets. And if it's a snippet of a post, it's because the rest of the post she's going into detail about shit with her kid and the medical issues, and I don't feel like rehashing that. I don't care. So, just letting you know that that's why some will appear cut off. No, stop. Okay, does it have a no? Okay, there, we'll do that. All right, so this first one. Okay, these are from the end of December 2014. This is when she went back to the church. And I thought it important to kind of read this a little bit because of the way she talks about religion today. Okay, so here she says, today I felt peace for the first time in 2 years. I won't go into it much, but I've been away from church for 20 years. Today I attended a new church. I nearly cried when the music played because I hadn't felt God in so long. He was with me today. I know this path we are on has a purpose, and I have to dig deep in my faith to get through this. Today I took a step back to my faith. This was what I needed. It will help me be a better mom, wife, friend, colleague, and human. And then she goes on to talk about her kid. Okay, this one. I'm going to skip through the first part here. In an effort to right down here, I'm gonna start picking up. In an effort to gain some peace, community, and hopefully faith, I'm attending church on Sunday for the first time in 20 plus years. I know everyone is shocked, but it's time. I've been dealing with too much and I need some guidance. I need community and I need God. It feels weird to say because I've been so resistant, but I'm ready to try a new church, a progressive one at that. I'm going to prove you can be a good Christian and still love all people with no judgment. And if all goes well, hopefully, okay, whatever. But the last part there, I'm going to prove you can be a good Christian and still love all people with no judgment. Just remember that. And again, this is December 2014. This one, okay. So here, this was a comment on the one I just read. Thank you, everyone. It's a personal journey we all have with faith. I don't want to alienate anyone in here because I know belief comes in so many ways. I'm grateful to feel good again, to feel energized by the talk that was given by the pastor, and to know there is a community that I can bring into that will only widen our circle of support. I was excited to also find out a few of the servers of the restaurant we frequent are also members. My friend I went with today, Mindy, has to work next Sunday, but I already have plans to meet one of the servers' new friend, Katie, next week. Katie was actually the server who purchased Vaughn a birthday cake. I couldn't believe her kindness because we only knew her from the restaurant. It's amazing how the world, God brings people in your life when you need them. I'm looking forward to next week already. I just, like, right off the bat, she's getting shit. I don't know. So there's that. Let me pull up the next few ones. One of these is, yeah, okay, yeah, this one here is like super long. Like, I'm probably going to get it all screwed up when I try to pull it up. Like, it's 4 screenshots long. All right, we'll do that one. Okay. Go away, dog. Go lay down. Go lay down. Don't annoy me. Dog's stressing me out. This is okay. So this is again December 2014. What seems to be proving his coffee. Did I already read this one? Yeah, I already read this one. My bad. Okay. Okay, so this one, November 10th, 2015. Yeah, they're not in order, but all of these are from 2014, 2015. I think there's might be one from 2016. So last night I had an aha moment. It was one of those times in your life when you realize that much of what you were taught as a child may not have even been right. I want to preface this that I'm going to be discussing my faith as a child, not necessarily how all children may have grown up in the church, but rather my experience in the church. I was born into the Catholic Church. My grandparents had been avid church goers, and their parents had been. We were a long line of Catholics. I grew up with a mother that attended Catholic school as a child and in high school. We went to church until I was in my adolescence. One day, my mom asked me if we wanted to go anymore, and I said no. I also thought I want to point this out because she tells the story of how, like, why she left the Catholic Church or whatever, and she says it was on the day of her grandfather's funeral or some shit that her grandmother went up to Katie and said that he's dead because of you, because you never went back to church or some shit like that. I don't know, but I just found it interesting that she didn't, throw that in here. That's all. $631. That might have been, okay, wait. Okay. So then the next one is from November 20th, 2015. My bad. We can read this one later if we want, but I thought it was interesting because of how she went on about the nurses. I forgot I put that one in there. My bad. That doesn't have to do with this discussion at hand, though. Actually, I wanted to share that with Tina more than anything. So this one, God damn it. Why does it keep pulling up the same one? I want this one. This is why I can never prepare anything. All right, so October 19th, 2015. Okay. On Sunday he spent the morning at church, and they start. Okay, that's about that. I thought this was interesting. We are excited to help their son learn about Jesus and allow him to grow and whatever. Our church does things differently because people choose to be baptized. Vaughn will decide later in life if he wishes to be baptized. Until then, Todd and I are committed to helping him learn about the importance of God. I guess that they have this thing in this church, whatever. What's it called? I thought that she said it was called in here. Oh, dedicated. Instead of a baptism, they call it their dedication. And then when the child is like confirmation age, I'm guessing that's when they can choose to be baptized or whatever. I don't know. Which is, I guess, kind of makes sense. We have truly been learning. We have truly been leaning on God a lot the past few months as we have navigated the loss of Todd's mom, the changes in health, and our journey together in marriage. Todd and I have both come to this in our own way, but we are committed to learning and developing a relationship with God so we can be better partners, better parents, and better people. I have learned that if you don't have faith when dealing with chronic illness, it's very easy to get lost in the sadness. With God, we know that we can trust in him to guide us. We can give our worries and doubts to him, and we can pray. Many people that have known us in the past would be surprised by this change in our lives. However, I can truly say this has saved us from a very dark place, and we are so incredibly grateful to have found such a kind congregation that truly loves and wants the best for us. We hope that if you are struggling, you can find a way to find something to. She wraps it up there after that part. All right, I'm going to pull up a couple more, and then I'm going to check chat real quick. I get up there. The last one there. All right, so we'll leave it there. Okay, so next we have, and there's not a whole lot more because 2016, it looks like sometime in 2016 or 2017, like the end of 16, beginning of 17, it looks like that's when she left the church, which we'll get to that. Let me pull this up, then I'm going to check chat real quick. All right. Oh, yeah. If anyone wants to catch my attention, just tag me in it because I'm just going to scroll back and look for the orange. If I don't see the orange, then I guess no one in here wants to talk to me. Okay. You figured it. Oh, okay. That's from earlier. All right. Oh, really, Sassy Nas? Oh, that's cool. I think that that's a really good idea. I think more churches should do that. I really, the only church I've ever been to is a Catholic church. So, all right. So here we have from December 16, 2015. I love when friends take care of my heart when I can't. Thank you to my church family for going above and beyond this week. I hope to one day repay the favor and lift you up in prayer. And she's got a bunch of stuff here. I don't know what it is, though. Looks like or something, maybe. I don't know. But it looks like they hooked her up with some shit. So here we have. Why it's skipping all over the place again? Okay. Last night we had our, wait, let me turn this up a little bit. I can't really see it that well and put my glasses on. Last night we had our first home church evening. It was absolutely wonderful. I do believe we are guided to people we need by God, and I think there's an excellent relationship that can be forward with this family. My true test is always how kid will react. Okay, he immediately made himself at home. Blah blah blah. Way to help foster friendship and have others help us grow in our faith. We also want to find community for our family and people we can lean on and help when times are tough. It can be very lonely raising a chronically ill child, and Todd and I have been seeking companionship and friendship. We've struggled a lot since moving to Hanover. It's difficult in Minnesota. I've been a resident here nearly my whole life, and I still find it odd how we as Minnesotans manage friendship. We find people, stick to them, and many of us are resistant to meeting new people and adding people to our network. Since I graduated college in 2001, nearly 15 years ago, I have had a hard time finding a solid network of people we can rely on. Todd and I have discussed in length how, with the complexity of Vaughn's diseases and the stress we have daily, we truly need to find people we can rally and bring into our lives. We also want to give and help others. We truly love to host people here and enjoy spending time with others. We love helping people in times of need, and this has been a large missing piece in our lives. We've had a hard time finding our place in the world. We know that we are guided to Hanover, and we also know we were called to Westbridge. And I truly think the friends and family we have prayed for, we have found. I continue to remain optimistic that we will finally find what we seek. We are grateful to all of you that have been there with us on this journey and hope you can celebrate with us as we continue to find fellowship. We need this very badly for Vaughn. We need this for our well-being. We are blessed to be here, and I think she wraps that up. Oh no, wait, she wraps up in the next one. Yep, right here. We are grateful to all of you that have been there with us on this journey and hope you can celebrate with us as we continue to find fellowship. We need this very badly. Well be okay. Received over the past year. We are blessed to be where we are, and the support we have received over the past year has been tremendous. Thank you for all of you that continue to follow our journey, share with us, and for those of you that read our updates and pray for us, thank you so much. We hope you can learn from us, and we hope we can teach and inspire you along the way. Have a blessed day. That last sentence, man. She's like, thank you for your help. Thank you. Thank you. We hope that you can learn from us and we can inspire you along the way. Like, what the? Wow. Okay. Okay, here we go. This one, September 2015. We live in an amazing little town just outside of the metro area. The homes are beautiful, the yards are beautifully landscaped, and there are children running and playing in the streets. I thought moving out here would improve my life. It really has in so many ways. There are certainly things I was not expecting, like small town gossip, cliques, and the inability to meet people that are like minded to me. There are kids all over the place for kid to play with, and he's found some really good friends in the neighborhood. I feel like we have really a good community, but there are times I still feel so alone here. I feel like I haven't found a neighbor that is going through what we are going through with kid. I find myself trying to relate as parents, discuss baseball, volleyball, t-ball, preschool, family trips, and play groups. I always feel like I'm on the outside looking into a world that is not my own. I try to follow the guidelines of being polite and biting my tongue when I don't agree with people. I have let my own anxiety and desire to be liked and to fit in cloud my judgment and own personal beliefs to feel approved from people that feel approved from people that don't like me, and I probably don't like either. I've been yearning for a deeper connection to where we live. I have made a few really good friends here, and I'm so grateful for it, but I need more. I got an email today from a woman at church that is starting a mom's group for moms of special needs children. It was exactly what I needed at the exact moment I needed it. It isn't that I don't like parents of typical children. It is more that it's not my life. I need to meet others in my area that are close, that I can vent to. I have two really good friends that I see a lot, but we live far apart. And I feel like I need support here to help me navigate the school systems and the community. I hope this group will fulfill that need. At the end of the day, we all just want to fit in and be liked. And sometimes you have to just give up and tell yourself not everyone is going to like you. I hope this new group of women will help me feel better about the community I have moved to, because I have had so many moments where I've regretted moving here. So I'm just praying that God will guide me to people that are people that can understand what I go through and are quick drive from me if I ever need anything. I have a few I can count on here, but I would just like more. I feel ungrateful at times for feeling that way, but I just want to find my place in this little world that is Hanover. Don't get me wrong, I get it. Everyone should have these things, but her saying I already have a few, but I need more, and I need that these friends have to be a quick drive to me in case I need anything. Okay. So, where is this one? Oh yeah, that's right. Right, I'm almost done. I know this is annoying. All right, I'm only going to do a few at a time here because they get longer, and I have to stay in order. And hard to do, but like 5 of them up there. All right, now. Check chat real quick. KJ deserves a theme song. She hates me. She hates me by Puddle of Mud. Such a pig. Someone here. I wasn't talking about anyone in chat. Okay. My nose is running. My nasal spray was working. Why is it running now? This one. Okay, so here we have March 24, 2016. Like I said, these aren't in order. Okay, not sorry. But let's see. I realized this morning how incredibly blessed we have been in our lives with people who care for us and support Kid. From our family to friends, community, and church, we have received so much love and support. In January, we took a huge leap when I decided to leave my employment. There were so many factors that influenced my departure. I hadn't been happy at my job in years. I wasn't able to properly care for the kid. I was stressed out about the myriad of diagnoses Kid faced, and I was watching nurses or nannies raise Vaughn. I felt like a failure as a mom. I couldn't go to therapy. I rushed to appointments, and most importantly, I missed out on the kids' milestones. I had formed a relationship. Oh wait a minute. I formed a relationship with the kid's case manager, and not mother. Okay, I don't know. Oh, I had formed a relationship with a kid that was case manager and not mother. Okay. We were scared to take the plunge. Leaving my job was a huge hit to our lives. And finally, in January, when my former employer made me choose between my work and my son, I picked my son. The last conversation I had with my employer was truly not how I wanted things to end. But when I was told I needed to not think about my son's heart condition and focus on work, I knew I was done. I wish this was isolated to me, but this is a systemic problem in the United States of employers being unsupportive of families and their needs. At the end of the day, I realized I could no longer sacrifice my happiness and my son's happiness and health by working in a place that didn't value or empathize with our extremely difficult situation. Over the months, I've talked to countless mothers and parents that had been forced into the same situation. It angers me to realize that our nation and economy value profit over people. She worked in the financial sector of for-profit colleges. Really? She's just realizing that our society values profit over people. Why is my dog making up? You hear my dog in the background? I'm trying hard not to be angry, and I'm praying for. I'm probably gonna. There's two of these that I have to. Two of these I have to choose from for the next screenshot. And how much you want to bet that I choose wrong? How much you want to bet? Yep, I picked wrong. I think. Yep, I picked wrong. Of course I did. Of course I did. I might pick wrong again now too. Ugh! This is so annoying. So I want that one. This one should be. Okay. It angers me to realize that economy value profit over people. I'm trying hard to not be angry, and I'm praying for peace with the situation. I know that at the end of the day, I can always make money, but I can't always have this time with the kid. In the midst of all this, we have had people come to our assistance. They have cooked meals for us, provided financial contributions, and simply been there to listen. We were able to make the transition successful. Medical expenses were covered by the financial contributions. We were able to sort through a mountain of debt and make it all work. We have seen people in this community show us how much the kid means to them. I can't thank any of you that have done this enough. Thank you doesn't seem to be enough. We have an uncertain future. I'm not going into this next part. She goes on about the surgeries or whatever. I don't care. I really don't care. But this next one though. So again, she goes on with the kid or whatever. Then down here, we created the t-shirts because we have hope for his heart. Now, this was some sort of website that did fundraising options or whatever for heart kids, or I think it was just mostly kids that needed heart surgery or whatever. Hope was something to do with the name. I don't remember the name of it, but that's why hope's all capitalized here. We have hope that with additional time we can get kids stronger, more ready for surgery. Okay, it was just a search or the shirts I cared about here. Okay, yeah, the rest of it's just medical shit. I don't care. Oh, but one of them though does go on to say that the kid. Thank you for taking a second to read this long update. We appreciate all of your thoughts and prayers. The kid loves seeing the pictures of people in their shirts, so please snap one and send it our way. So I just want to share that. All right, so these are the last ones. Okay, this is from April 2016. Last night we attended an event for our friends from church. So-and-so have a daughter with cystic fibrosis. And they put together a beautiful benefit that included a wine tasting, food, door prizes, and silent auction. All the proceeds went directly to the CF Foundation. I was amazed to hear of the mission of what they do. Most rare diseases like cystic fibrosis are not profitable for pharmacies and medical companies to do research on how to improve the quality of life for patients. Organizations like CF Foundation Fund research to help develop drugs and improve the quality of life of patients and are working with companies to help develop a cure. I listened to a friend talk about his fears as a parent and how helpless he feels about the disease that lives within his daughter. It was a feeling I know all too well. We also live in a world of rare disease where companies don't spend much on research because so few kids and adults suffer from this disease that the kid has. Adrenal insufficiency funding is so underfunding. Patients are using medication that was developed more than 6 decades ago. There are countries in the world that have better drug protocols for people living with, I don't know, whatever, than the US does. I don't know what the hell that is. The for-profit component of medicine is very disturbing to me. I can agree with that. Profit rules the need of the person. Thousands of patients would benefit in the US if the FDA would approve drugs that are known to work for patients in other countries. No, that's not the answer. I mean, they can, yeah, it can go through the process, and maybe the process needs some correction or some updating, sure. But you can't just accept drugs from other countries without applying your own vetting guidelines. You just That's not the answer. April is Adrenal Insufficiency Awareness Month, and I'm going to use this time to share stories and our story of living with this debilitating disease. Okay, I'm not saying it's not debilitating. I'm not saying it doesn't come with complications or problems or issues. Oh, yeah, absolutely. I'm sure that does. But she's comparing this to what a parent of a kid with cystic fibrosis goes through. Okay, that's what she's comparing this to. Okay, this is where she's calling this shit with the adrenal thing just as debilitating as watching your kid suffer through cystic fibrosis. I'm sorry. I would not have the balls to do that. I'm sorry, I would not. That I would think, wow, that's incredibly insensitive of me to do that, and I would not do that. I just whatever. Now, I'm not saying that some kids are sicker than others and they're worse. No, it's not even like that. I mean, I don't doubt that this is her reality, and her reality should be treated as such. It should be acknowledged that she does go through bullshit. Yes, okay, I'm not taking that away from her, but she wants the same recognition, the same acknowledgement as parents of kids with cystic fibrosis, and that's my issue. Okay, I'm done ranting about that. April is Adrenal Efficiency Awareness Month. I'm going to use this time to share stories of our story living. Okay. I'm grateful for nonprofits that exist to help push research for rare diseases. And I only hope in time a nonprofit will exist to help fund research. Oh, AI's adrenal insufficiency. I got it. Okay. Thanks to Friend for putting together a beautiful benefit. I know that parents like you and your wife will continue to fight for a cure. We need more parents like both of you to Oh, I must have cut that one off. Okay. So, and here we have April 3rd. Our friend so-and-so, so-and-so, so-and-so all wore shirts to support Kid. They also made a beautiful blanket for the kid. We're so blessed to have such a great church family. Thank you guys. And I shared this. I'm not sharing the picture, obviously, but it is a picture of like a family wearing these fundraising shirts for her kid, which it was cute. It was really nice. It was a nice post. What am I doing? Okay, this is the last screenshot, and then I'm going to move on to a very interesting blog post. Okay, March 2016. This weekend, 2 of the sweetest stories were shared with me, both by friends in my community. My neighbor's daughter, that will be turning 5, is so taken by kid stories. She wants, okay, wait a minute. Oh, then my friend from church said her 7-year-old, without prompting, prayed for the kid yesterday. She said he asked her many questions about the kid, including if he is in pain, if he's sad, and if he has siblings. He told his mom that he couldn't wait to get his t-shirt so he can wear it to school and have all the kids pray for the kid. These stories are so touching to me, and I am hearing them so much lately. I realize so much how much our story impacts others, and I'm constantly amazed at the outpouring of support and kindness. We may not have the easiest path, but we certainly are loved. My friend wanted to know how I am handling things, and for the first time, I can say I'm okay. I'm not angry, sad, or fearful. The kid and I have established a great relationship since I left work. We are finding new things about each other, and I'm truly his mother and not his coordinator of care. This has given me peace. I thank Todd over the weekend for enabling us to have a single income. While it's been a huge change, it's been worth it for all of us. We continue to appreciate all of your thoughts and prayers. We remain steadfast that prayer, along with doctors, will help us navigate the heart surgery and blah, blah, blah. Okay. So, all right. So those are the screenshots. I'm going to look at chat, and then this is where things change. My red glasses, they're around here somewhere. I got these ugly pink ones, so I don't like them. But no, red ones are around here somewhere. this is my like computer area here, and it was a mess. Like I looked at it today, I'm like, I'm such a fucking slob. So I cleaned it, and my glasses, like they were just dusty and shit. I put everything out in the kitchen. I gotta wash it all, but that's where they're not here right now. But they're good. They're okay. Yeah, cystic fibrosis is a death sentence. A death sentence. Our youngest was diagnosed with it. Oh my God, I'm so sorry. We were told 16 to 21, so we went 3 months thinking about our new baby living only to die. By the way, after 3 months, they found all the tests were wrong. Oh, I'm so happy to hear that. Oh my God. Like I was reading your paragraph and like I wanted to cry. And then that last sentence, like now I still want to cry, but for a different reason. Oh my God. Wow. Holy shit. They tested my daughter for that when she was little. Because she had like asthma and shit when she was little. Like she had pneumonia like twice before she was even 2. But you know, she didn't come up. She didn't test for it, and she grew out of the asthma. I mean, she's fine now. Okay, so I think that's it. All right. So now, like I said, I looked at the year 2017 too through these sources or whatever for anything that she posted with the word church, and there were a few posts in there, but not a whole lot. Like there were a few others too in 2016, but like it's mostly the same shit. Or these posts really had all to do with their kids, so I didn't grab them. But 2017 though, there were only a couple. They were personal posts. The rest was Patheos, because 2017 is when she started writing for Patheos. There was one screenshot though, I didn't post or whatever, from 2016 where she says to her readers, whatever, people following her, that she's starting a blog and she wants to write about what life is like for parents of disabled kids or special needs kids. You know, like if you've had a hard time at like an amusement park or whatever, you know, or had accessibility was the problem, you know, let me know. I want to hear your story. Like that's where she starts talking about the blog. This was 2016, mind you. Come 2017, she's working at Patheos already, and she's dragging every church, every faith, you name it, under the bus. And here is one blog post she wrote in 2017. Which one is it? Not that one. It's this one. Okay. So, I can only access it from the Wayback Machine, as I'm sure many of you know by now. And this is on Patheos, and it's dated September 13, 2018. But the thing is, though, is that I found this on her page in 2017. So in 2018 is when she posted it to Patheos, but she wrote it in 2017. So I don't know. Just saying. Anyway, how a church altered my beliefs by showering me in love. Wow, this church that she's been praising about, mind you. 4 years ago, everything in my life fell apart at once. Within the span of a few short months, my family got pummeled with bad news. My mother-in-law received a terminal cancer diagnosis. Next, my uncle passed away from a long battle with vascular disease. Finally, my son's health continued to decline with no known origin. I felt helpless, powerless, and overwhelmed by the stress and sadness. A friend suggested I find a church to attend and encouraged me that faith would help me through the trauma. I searched for a church and I found one I felt would meet my needs. The first time I attended, volunteers and staff bombarded me with love and kindness. The attention and love made me feel intoxicated and happy. What I didn't know then, but know now, was I got love bombed, and the technique altered my thoughts. In the early months at the church, volunteers and staff went out of their way to help me. After my first service, I got a letter in the mail thanking me for attending. The envelope included a gift card for free coffee. I remember feeling grateful that a church went out of their way to welcome new members. Anytime I had questions, there was always someone at the church available to help me. They listened with attentive ears. I was encouraged to get involved with the church. The staff said that there were members of the church looking for friendship. They urged me to consider finding a community in their church. After years of being alone and without friends, the invitation was too good to pass up. Without a ton of thinking, I dove right into the church and community. The intoxication I felt from the congregation made me want to be there all the time. Even though I struggled with some of the sermons or beliefs of the church, I wanted the community they offered me. For my entire life, I had always been a very liberal, progressive, and open minded person. I believed in helping others and I fought for equality for all people. My core beliefs were rooted in all people having the same access and rights to life. Additionally, I believe firmly in science and education. I knew this philosophy might be at war with the world of Christianity. Early on, I tried hard to push aside the messages I heard in the sermons or from members that conflicted with my values. The pastor preached the biblical philosophy of marriage. All of our sermons revolved around marriage being between only men and women. She doesn't say anything about being bisexual here, just saying. All right, I'm being petty. During these sermons, I felt conflicted and frustrated. No part of me believed love was contingent on gender or sex. I thought marriage should exist between two consenting adults. The pastor preached a lot about marriage relationships. He believed that the man of the family was in charge of the leadership of the family. I grew up in a family where my parents carried equal ranks in their marriage. My family didn't have a patriarchal makeup. When I married my husband, we had the same kind of relationship. I never looked at my husband to be my leader. Even though the messages conflicted with my values, I pushed it all away because of the love I felt. No matter what I went through emotionally, there was always someone that could be there for me. I received invitations to parties, playdates, and coffee outings with members. They invited me to yoga, exercise classes, or to go running. During this time, I never felt alone. Then I started hearing members talk about vaccines. Many of them appeared to be very against modern medicine. Women exchanged homemade remedies to manage illness. Several of them shared information with me about essential oils, elderberry syrup, bone broth, and breathing techniques to reduce symptoms. People at church distrusted the government. Members called politics and issues outside of church of this world. Many lived for the world of Jesus. The world outside of Christ was outside of their values. My congregation spent most of their time living for their next life, that they sacrificed their happiness. At church, the staff told us that personal preferences were selfish. They encouraged us to set aside our preferences and desires for the greater good of the church. Everything we did as a congregation was designed to recruit new members. Services were made to entice and draw in people afraid of attending church. We were instructed to be kind, friendly, and helpful to any first time guests that visit. Quickly, I learned many of the people I called friends didn't vaccinate their children. Many didn't send their children to public schools. Several parents didn't trust doctors. We heard sermons that told us college education didn't matter. Soon I found myself doubting critical beliefs I had in science and public school. I started thinking about homeschooling my son. Then I started learning about essential oils and other homemade cures to treat my family's ailments. I even tried to the way she spells families there and family's ailments, this makes it sound like she has more than one family. I'm sorry. I couldn't let that go. I even tried to ditch my pharmaceutical medications and manage my mental health issues on my own. After 3 years entrenched in the conservative mindset, 3 years, I remember looking at the person I had become. In 3 years, I started doubting science, believed men should be leaders of women, distrusted public schools, and only had friends within the church. The love bombing at the beginning was a high I chased for 3 years. I wanted that love. To achieve that love, I set aside my values. When I woke up one morning, I realized I hated the person I had become. Notice how a lot of her blog posts end up having this sentence. When I did next morning, I looked at myself in the mirror and I hated who put so much of her fucking posts say this. Like, I mean, I get like hating yourself for some stupid shit or something that you get carried away in, but I can't imagine going through life always hating myself for something new. I'm sorry. I needed to sever my connection to the church. However, I knew this meant I had to let go of all my friendships. The hardest part was realizing that to walk away, I had to walk away from a community. For months, I agonized about leaving the community that made me feel loved. I didn't want to be alone again, but I realized I couldn't be in a community that was contrary to everything I valued in life. If it was contrary to everything you valued in life, then how the hell did you get entrenched in it for 3 years? It was everything against everything you valued. I mean, it wasn't against everything you valued. Then one day I had enough. There wasn't a dramatic reason for my departure. Doth the lady protest too much? I couldn't live a lie anymore. I wasn't a person that believed gay people were sinners. Science, public education, and gender equality were issues too crucial for me to ignore. When I decided to leave, I walked away and tried not to look back. After leaving, my mind felt less conflicted. I didn't have to worry about how my views lived in contrast to the Bible. I no longer spent nights awake worrying that I couldn't believe in teachings from the Bible. No, leaving gave my mind freedom. I needed to be happy. Sentence and summary. What? I want to see where that goes in a second. I learned now that the way the church recruited me is a tactic of mind control that is pervasive in the Christian faith. The technique of love bombing is used to entice and overwhelm new members with love attention. Through the attention and love, new members believe and trust the group. How could a group be dangerous if they're so kind? Now, though, everything I read there is absolutely true. At least I believe it's true anyways. I don't believe that what she experienced was love bombing. I think that what she experienced was just good people reaching out to possibly a new friend and being their good people selves. That's what it sounds like. I mean, they weren't like showing up at her house with like gifts after gifts, showering her praise and attention. Like they were there when she called upon them. That's it. She just says, whenever I had a question, there was always someone there. So it's the church's job to always be there when you call upon them. That's their fucking job. That's not love bombing. Okay. When the attention and affection wore off for me, I realized that my mind had been altered. The intoxicating love I felt made unwilling to see red flags within the community. I dismissed questionable behavior by leadership because of that love. I'm grateful I broke free from the church. I got out before any more damage could be done to my family or me. Love bombing is a technique used in cults and in any organization that wants to reshape your thoughts. Beware of any organization that showers you with attention. All right. Was that the only link that was throughout this thing? I've been making it a point to follow these links to see where they go. Okay, so here's where it leads. All right, so it leads here. Something called the rationalrevelation.com love bomb. I recently written a book entitled Recovering Agency, Lifting the Veil of Mormon Mind Control. The new website, okay. Love bombing. The term love bombing originated with the Moonies to describe a step in their process of conversion. New members are sought out, friendshipped, and invited to group events. Potential recruits are overwhelmed with attention, which makes them feel special, loved, and an important part of the new group. Aspects of this technique include, but are not limited to, flattery, verbal seduction, affectionate but usually non-sexual touching, and lots of attention. Experience love bombing regarding a very personal compliment she received. She stated, even though I knew it was a manipulative technique, I wanted to believe she meant it, and I decided that she really did. After all, it matched my own perception of myself. Love bombing instills trust. It is impossible to think of the new group as harmful because everyone is so friendly. Everyone seems so happy and nice. How could the group be wrong? Love bombing can produce a social high. Recruits can come to feel dependent on this feeling and the safety net of belonging to a close-knit group of people. It also makes them feel loyal and dedicated, as they now may feel they owe the group some attention in return. Sometimes it involves sexual attraction. Gross. Mormons frequently use all kinds of friendship techniques to find new and retain existing members. Okay, whatever. I'll put links to everything in the description, so if anyone wants to go and check shit out on their own. All right, so all right, sorry. Let me get back here. Let me get to chat. With someone as narcissistic as KJ, it is a price she often stares at herself in the mirror. Word. Okay, so wait. I watch a channel that the mom has triplets born early. 2 are home and 1 still in the hospital. Nursing will either cover one or the other of the 2 at home. Make that make sense? Yeah, that's I don't get that. Okay, so here's what I took away though. um I don't doubt that she felt alone and she wanted a sense of community, she wanted friends or whatever. Like she talks about in her post or whatever about how she already had a couple of friends. See, I kind of think that that's bullshit. Or at least even she knew that these friends weren't really like she wasn't valued as much as maybe she felt she should have been to these friends. So she wanted resources. She wanted a pool of resources she could pull from whenever she needed or wanted something. That's what she needed. And I don't blame her for that. Like I mean, in an ideal world, we should all have that. But you know, it's great to have things when you need and want them, but it's equally as good as to give things when others need and want them and you have them. Um, that's something I just don't think that she's quite learned. Um, that's off topic though. This church that she found, I don't see this as love bombing. I mean, everything I seen her post about, like, yeah, maybe they went out of their way to show, hey, you know, we're thinking of you. We're thinking of your kid. We're praying for you guys. You know, like that's what I saw. But as far as like gifts or love bombing or whatever, there were there I didn't see much of that. Like she had to ask for the help. She had to put it out there that she needed or wanted something. And then yeah, then it sounds like people get, likely came through. But rumor has it, and I for granted this is just a rumor, okay? If anyone has anything to back this up anywhere, like if it's an article or a posting by someone other than Katie, just share it with me, Rumor has it though that the church was, very considerate. Like they were very helpful to the family. Um until they weren't. It sounded like she poured her entire self into this church and she expected to get shit out of it in return. And by shit out of it in return, I mean materialistic things, not things like, I woke up today feeling great about myself. And it sounds like that when things didn't quite go her way, she started getting pissy about it. And it sounds like that the church was just as happy to get rid of her as she was to leave the church. This is what I get from the rumors. Okay. And granted, these are just rumors. I don't know and I can't prove them. And I can't even tell you where I seen the rumors. So take what I'm saying with a grain of salt, whatever. Say, I think you're lying. I don't blame you then. But just telling you what I think and feel. So it seems to me that she got kind of upset about leaving this church for whatever reason. Like let's face it, she didn't leave the church because she stopped believing in God, okay? I mean, she left the church because of the church. She left religion because of religion. These are two different things. And it seems like she had her thoughts on religion for at least 20 years, before this, according to her. She didn't practice a faith. She didn't go through any of the motions or whatever. It was not a part of her life, and that's fine. But then to just suddenly wake up and say, I need to make it a part of my life because I need people. I mean, and that's fine too, but just acknowledge that. Don't start posting shit about Jesus saves or whatever when you're there because you think the community is going to save and not Jesus. Okay. I don't care what you believe whatever you want, but don't go pushing beliefs you don't have onto people and ignoring the beliefs you do have. So, and it sounds like when the people didn't come through for her, well, then the people need to be taught a lesson, and so does the religion. So I wonder how much of a role this has in how she's coming at these other faiths and these other parishes, because she is kind of focusing on cults. And this is something, I mean, she says it all the time, how she's been writing about cults for years, blah, blah. Well, that's only partially true. She's been writing about a ton of shit, different kinds of shit. But in one common theme in all of her writing, though, is that there's always a bad guy. There's always a villain, and there's always someone to dump this hate and vitriol at or on. That's the common theme in all of her writing. So naturally, you're going to find stories about faith, about religion, about cults, because there's always a bad guy, and they make pretty damn good bad guys too. I'll be honest. That's the extent of her cult takedowns or whatever. Is she would come across a news story and on the wire, and then she would just read it and then write it out in her own words. And half the time she wouldn't even use her own words. She just kind of mix words around or something. That's what she did. And she did it for clicks and views. She didn't do it because this was something that she really felt strongly about. It wasn't until she started getting clicks and views that she started to feel strongly about it. So, and this also has me thinking that she sees it as lucrative, and she also sees all religions as like some group, some like organized crime. Like in that blog post that I read from earlier, the one that started me on this whole process, this whole chain of events here. I'm going to read it again. Ethical standards for churches will generally state that no pastor should ever serve in a business relationship with their members due to their perceived authority over the member. Additionally, accepting personal gifts by members is a conflict of interest, as it can be viewed as a bribe or to gain favor. So I also almost wonder if maybe she was getting helped out by the church, and then people were accusing the church of showing favor, in which case the church would have been more in tune to the optics that they were putting out there, and probably would have altered their behavior to adjust the optics, which means that she would have lost her like free line, or her line of free shit there or something. And it sounds like she's pissed about it still. It goes on to say too, most reputable churches will have guidelines in place to protect pastors and staff from taking advantage of members. Shekinah Church has no such guidelines, and Robert has admitted under oath during his sworn deposition in 2009 lawsuit filed against him that he makes all the decisions. Ominous there, huh? There is only separation of the church and management on paper. The talent's entire life. Why is the lives is plural, but okay, never mind. I got to stop looking into her fucking grammar so much. The talent's entire lives are the church, and their commitment is mandated by Shin, or they are punished according to sources we've spoken. Okay. Let me just state this right here. Think about this for a second if what she was saying were true, okay? Imagine a church that has guidelines that says they can't go into business with people who attend church, and they can't accept contributions. Holy shit, the Catholic Church, like they are, if this were true, oh my God, they're like the most unethical. Well, that could be true, really. I don't know. But every church relies on donations and contributions. And personal or not, they don't care. It doesn't matter. Sure, they may not want to like lead a parishioner on or something like that, but if a parishioner's like, hey, dude, I was out buying donuts and I thought of you today, here, have some donuts. That's a personal gift to the pastor, right? The pastor's not going to turn that away. Who would? It's so ridiculous. Let me check chat before I continue off. Save the chickens. What? My church sent a letter telling me I was no longer a member because of donations. Keep in mind, I was baptized and confirmed in said church. It didn't stop my beliefs, but pretty much. Oh, you were sent a letter because you weren't sending in your tithing, right? Yeah, exactly. So now she's trying to say churches have ethical guidelines against such things. What the fuck? Oh my God. Okay, so, oh wait, I don't have that pulled up for you guys. Let me pull that up. Okay, I've been reading off of this again. There's another part here I wanted to read. Okay, right here, she says, Miranda and B Dash claim they are not part of a religious group. This is false. I never heard them ever say they weren't a part of a religious group. No, they said that they weren't a part of a religious cult, not group, cult. There's a difference there. They are members of Shekinah Church, where Robert Israel Shin declares himself prophet and man of God. Hannah Grace Shin is declared woman of God. Shirley Kim is the leader of church worship, and Daniel Joseph is the associate pastor. Under 7M management, Robert Shin is the CEO. His wife, Hannah, is the CFO, who handles all the finances and micromanages the interactions of talent on sets, along with managing all aspects of their finances. Shirley Kim is frequently on set with the talent and watching everything they do. Daniel Joseph is a designated mentor. Okay. All right, yeah, and that's when she started going into the ethics. I don't see how that's a problem with ethics. It's a church and a business. I mean, I don't think that their clients, I don't think that they should be able to pick clients contingent on whether or not they are members of the church. No, that's discrimination. I don't think that should be allowed. But if members of the church hire them to be their management, there's no conflict of interest. Let me refresh this page. So yeah, there's that. I don't know. What do y'all think? Yeah, most pastor salary is a portion of the tithes and offerings. Yeah, I mean, they have to earn a living. This is what their living is, to be there for the parishioners, to be there for the community. That's their living. That's their profession. I mean, that's their profession. So naturally, they should get paid for their profession. They should make a living for their profession. And like, I mean, I don't feel like I need to put this out there, whatever, but I don't care. I'm going to do it anyways. My own personal views on religion. Like the scriptures and whatever, like, I think that they're good life lessons in there. And I think that they're useful for when the stories that they have in there are pretty universal, even in today's times, to where you can read the story and you can get the lesson out of the story, regardless of the other proponents of the story. You get the lesson. And I think that the lessons that are displayed in there are forever. Like, the things that they write about, the lessons that they try to display are things that have plagued humanity since the beginning of time and will always plague humanity. So they're never ending. They're always going to have context. Like Katie has said before, it's not a manual. The Bible's not a manual, and she's right, it's not. But it is a point of reference, I think. At least it's what it's designed to be, really, is a point of reference. So when you are plagued with a situation and you're not sure what to do, you can find a story in there that can guide you into what is more than likely the more appropriate road to follow or decision to make, whatever. And for that, I think it can be invaluable. I also think it can be invaluable to creating peace within oneself. Like, if you find peace just in knowing that you did the best you could with what you have, like, you can hang your head up at night, or you can go to sleep and close your eyes and fall asleep without a problem with it, because you feel at peace, because you feel like you did right. Then I think the Bible is excellent for that. It will help get you there anyways. And I also think that it's very useful in, like, end of life times for a lot of people. So in these all these aspects, I mean, if for a psychological contribution, I think religion is absolutely a good thing, as so long as it's done right. I mean, I think that whenever your faith starts to cause you harm or other people harm, well, then you're doing it wrong and you need to stop. You need to find a different way to do it. That's just the way it is. But also, I think the best thing that comes from religion is the sense of community. I mean, I get why Katie went searching for that. I don't blame her at all. Um, the thing is, though, is that community isn't about what the people around you can do for you. It's about what you can contribute to the community. Everything else just kind of falls into place, but it's about what you can contribute to the that's that's the most important thing when it comes to community, because you're not going to have a community if you just take from it or if you just throw it away when you don't need or want it. That's not a community. Okay. That's trash, really. Community is about you giving, you contributing. So if that's what you want, if you want a community, then you need to get out there and start seeing and figure out what it is you can do, what you can give, how you can help. That's how you build a community. So in that sense, I think religions really have it kind of mastered there. I think humans could probably learn a lot from it, which kind of sounds redundant because humans make up religion, but whatever. That's why I look at this group 7M, and I know that there's been some talk from other people and everything about it possibly being a cult or whatever. And I just, I don't see the exploitation as of yet. I don't. I do see things that are a little too close for my comfort, but again, I've explained this before. I really like my privacy. If I were 25, I'd feel differently about it, I'm sure, but I'm not. So, and I think that it really is I look at it this way. Like, if I were 20 something, if we went back 20 something years, okay, and I was like 23 years old, and I got in a bus and I went out to LA or whatever, even if I could dance, okay, whether I can't say for sure that I wouldn't have ended up just, strung out on drugs by the time I was 25. I can't say that. And I think that this group, this organization, where even right down to their living arrangements and everything, I think that this is an excellent way to kind of keep people, the young people, I guess, at the risk of sounding like a boomer, but to kind of help keep them on course. Because those years, especially when you're out on your own for the first time, you can make decisions that can wreck your entire life, and I don't know, and maybe this is the boomer meme talking, I don't know, but for that reason alone, I think it's a good thing. I do. And I get people are not going to agree with me, but whatever. I have heard, or I haven't seen it, but I've heard that the group 7M or whatever, the people in charge, have lent support or supportive messages to other groups that I find suspect, and that I think I think should be watched or monitored, whatever. My personal opinion, for me, it's the constant preaching that comes across in her mind as cultish. People believe what they want, but I don't need it forced. Yeah, that can come across as cultish. I also think it depends on how it's done, though, too. Like, if you're preaching just for the sake of preaching, no. Like, why? But I mean, if you see an opportunity and you see someone who's just open to hearing advice or something, and then you take it upon yourself to then find a point of reference in your teachings there or whatever that you can use in this situation, I don't think that there's anything wrong with that. But yeah, if you're just preaching for the sake of preaching, then you're creepy. I don't know. Yeah, I don't believe any of that about her kid. I don't think that's at all FAS or whatever. I don't subscribe to that. I mean, one of the biggest things with FAS anyways is like, it's other things than what her kid has experienced. So, I mean, even his ailments or whatever aren't in line with that. Now, my speaking on this group is not at all to suggest that there aren't fucked up groups out there, religious groups out there, because there's probably far more. I don't know if there's far more, but there's probably a shitload of them. So, I mean, And I think that even the groups that start off with the right intentions and start off good, I think that oftentimes a lot of them just kind of go to the other side. So, just because 7M is all cool and like copacetic now doesn't mean that 2 years from now they'll still be there. I don't know. We'll see. But that's the thing with religion. I mean, I think it, I think it's got to be tough to be in charge of a church because I think it attracts one of two people who actually want to do good or people who want to take advantage. And even the people who want to do good, I think eventually get corrupted by the power and the corruption. So I think that's why you see so many of the people in charge in religious groups just being shitty people. So, but yeah. Yeah, what is this shit with Forever 21 she's saying? Like, is she blaming them for like human trafficking or something? What the fuck is that about? Like, that's a, I mean, I don't know how big they are now, but I mean, they used to be kind of a big, corporation or something. I mean, if that just seems kind of dumb on her part. And again, you see the way she's going at Forever 21, and it's like she's not doing it because she really cares about people who are humanly trafficked or whatever. She's doing it because Forever 21 is disagreeing with her. As so long as Forever 21 has these dancers up on their social media, it's a blatant disagreement or even disapproval of what Katie Joy is doing and saying. And that's pissing her off. That's why she's coming so hard for Forever 21. It's not because she cares about the dancers. It's because she doesn't like being made to look like a fool. I wanted to go on Forever 21's website and buy something, just post like, look what I bought because of the shit, but I couldn't find anything I liked, so I didn't. Okay, so I'm going to drop the link if anyone wants to come on. And also, too, we don't have to keep talking about this because I hear there's some other drama going around on YouTube here. Like I was listening to, I'm not proud of saying this, but it was on when I was getting ready, so I listened to a few minutes of it. I was listening to the Selfie Queen Cindy's stream with JJ there, and I listened to the part where apparently PJ came in on the chat and then got blocked. Like, what the fuck was that about? Like, I kind of like PJ now. Like, I think she's kind of cool. So I'm like, what are they pissy with her for? So I'm all ears for any of that shit too. Yeah, I didn't hear Katie mention the Dr. Grande video, but I think that might be because Dr. Grande didn't mention her at all. Because she did this one stream talking about the Amazon documentary about the Duggars, and she's saying how she knows of 4 people who were called and interviewed for that. And then she goes on to say, all I know is those people better, if they got skeletons in their closets, they better deal with it because that shit's about to come out. And she was, now mind you, she's talking about people who are like her, people who kind of look for the gossip and shit on the Duggars and put it out there. Okay. People like on the subreddit, Duggarsnark. So she's saying that these people who do what I do, they better get their skeletons out because that shit's going to be out. That's going to be outed, and that just came out very ominous. Like, yeah, she's going to be the one to do it too, because she didn't get called and everyone else who did. So with Dr. Grande there, I kind of feel like that she thinks this 7M is her baby and no one's allowed her baby without her being there. So I don't know. Yeah, for a call, this management company seems to be doing it exactly. And they were that concerned with control and having absolute total control over these people. Then they wouldn't be putting them out there in the public eye every time they turned around. I mean, every time they do a gig or a sponsorship or they end up in the public eye is a risk to that power and control that Katie says that they have. That's crazy. I mean, you can control, you can keep your grip on other people much easier outside of the public eye. So without outside undue influence and whatnot. Also, too, I want to just take note of this too. This has now been picked up by Rolling Stone, with The Sun, some other media outlet or whatever. She's been talking about it nonstop for like a month now, okay? And all this for 11 people. 11. Think about that. There's only 11 people in this quote unquote cult that she's talking about. 11 people. And there's no guns. They're not like stocking up like some huge like artillery whatever for armed forces. They're not growing like poppies whatever in their backyard. I mean, what are they doing? What are they doing to garner this much attention and this much vitriol, this much focus? What are they doing? They're sending people out for dancing gigs, like, and not even like stripping gigs, just regular dancing gigs. What the fuck? 11 people. I don't think he said it was a cult. I haven't watched it, to be honest with you. What I gathered though from people's comments is that he thinks that there's definitely some things there that cause him worry or concern about it, but they may not be a cult yet or so. I don't know. I could be wrong. Don't take my word for it. Go watch it. Like, seriously, because what the hell do I know? I haven't watched it yet. Well, I've said the same thing too. I think that there is some things, and I mean, it's too close for my comfort, some things that they do or whatever. But I also have to look at it from a more modern set of eyes. Like, a lot of the things that they're doing now, had they done 20 years ago, would have been huge red flags. But because they're doing it now in the age of social media and influencers and, branding and everything, it's not, I don't think it's that much of a red flag, or if at all. I think it's kind of to be expected with the way these dancers want their lives going. So I don't feel like I can put that label on them, but I do agree with Suzanne in that if this group is putting out any kind of supportive posts or tweets or whatever for some of these other groups or organizations, then yeah, that shit needs to be watched. It needs to be monitored, because that could be a very big red flag. I mean, right off the bat, it kind of is a red flag. I mean, I would worry about that. So, can you show what she wrote to Forever 21? I haven't seen. Oh yeah, sure, absolutely. No, it's not against the law to be in a cult. Absolutely not. And it's not even against the law to be a cult leader, I don't think, unless some of the actions you are doing are against the law. But you can start anyone can start an organization or group that they want and insist that the people who are a part of their organization adhere to a certain set of rules or guidelines. That's not illegal unless you're insisting on shit like you have to rob a store every day, something like that. But if you insist on just like devotion or nobody makes eye contact with you or something like that, those things are not against the law. So no, it's not against the law. Okay, let me share this. I think that there were a couple of them with Forever 21. So this is most recent one. Actually, let me do the first one. I'll do them in order. So let me scroll down here. Okay. This is the first one I think I remember seeing. No, there was one before that, wasn't it? Oh yeah, here was Internet Do Your Thing. Okay. Confirmed ad with Forever 21 Men. Please pull this ad, Forever 21, and stop supporting Robert Shin's cult. Robert Shin and 7M have a history of alleged forced labor under the guise of working for the gospel, i.e. Robert's bank account. these fucking comments, some of them. Oh, I like this one. What happens when they leave the cult, but companies don't want anything to do with them because of their ties with the cult they used to be in? Will you help them gain their sponsorships back? No, fuck no, she won't. No, she'll tell them, you know what? You brought it upon yourself. Only she'll try and word it a little bit, nicer than that. Don't understand going after these dancers the way this page is doing. They are all young adults, and if they choose to be in a cult and dance, then that's their choice. Why keep going after them? It's very sad what's going on with Miranda and her family, but it seems like a personal family issue. I haven't heard the sister or parents say a word since they're live. Very true. Why not let the Wilkins sisters and their family heal and stop posting about them? Seems like they regret talking to this page about their daughter and the rest of the dancers. If you want to go after the cult leader, then just go after them, not through the dancers. The dancers are the face of this mess, and it's really hurting them the most. Exactly. Such a PR nightmare to do collabs with a cult. Like, I don't really think she's going to have much of an effect or whatever on Forever 21's customer base. I just don't. Like I said, I tried looking for something on there just so I could show that I supported the company, but I didn't see anything I liked. I see a lot of shit my daughter would have loved, but not so much me. I don't know. I don't think she's going to really hurt their base so much. But this is definitely something that's going, if you're another company whose customer base you do share whatever with her viewers, then you're going to think twice. You're going to second guess getting involved with anyone that has any ties to this cult, or now I'm calling it a cult, with this group. Okay. This is going to have an effect. I mean, it's fucked up. All right. I'm going to go to the other post. Wait, am I going the wrong way? I am. God damn it. Okay. Not Forever 21, limiting comments. I don't support companies that support human trafficking, mind control, coercion, fraud, and men who hold the fear or hell. Is it hell? The fear of hell over the heads of the people they traffic to work for them. Wow. Forever 21 co-founders are two born-again Christians from South Korea. I'm not making any assumptions here, but there may be a personal relationship. Wow. Holy shit. I can't believe I just read that. Please don't go showing anyone any hate or anything over anything I do or say on any of these videos. Don't even look to see who I moved it. Don't even look to see who it was that posted it, but holy shit. All right, this person here. It is astonishing the bot accounts there are, or is just ironic, although all these accounts defending 7M have little to no followers or following people and no posts. Let me explain that to you, okay? Sure, there may be some bots or whatever. I mean, there's always bots, whatever. But a lot of these accounts defending 7M that don't have any kind of history or are new accounts are people that Katie has already blocked, okay? So people then make a new account just so that they can put their thought out there so they don't feel silenced. So their voice can go out there in the void or whatever, where people can maybe see and hear it, okay? Because every time Katie blocks someone from her page, she's saying, listen, I have the freedom to post whatever I want in front of your fucking face, and I don't want to hear a damn thing you had to say about it, so I'm going to silence you. That's what she's saying. Now, for granted, she has every right to say that, sure. But that doesn't mean people are going to just sit back and say, okay. No, a lot of people are going to make another account so that they can go on there and post their comment and then get blocked again. And then this is going to just keep going and going and going. That's just the way it is. I don't know what to tell you. I've done it myself, and I'm kind of in the process of doing. I mean, I'm almost always going through getting another account or something. So yeah, that's why. That's why so many of these accounts look like they're fake accounts, because they're stock accounts. And they're designed to not last long, because we all know we're just going to get blocked again. So that's why. They're not bot accounts. They're not people who are paid, or computers that are paid or whatever. It's real life people. Real life people who feel so strongly about this and feel so who feel who feels so, I don't, what's the word I'm looking for, really? Who feel so wronged that they just need to say something. KJ is sicking her followers on these people, which is against TOS. Yes and no. I mean, she's definitely sicking people on them. Yes, absolutely. She's doing it in kind of a underhanded way, though. Like, it's not blatantly telling people, go harass them. I think what she's doing should be considered against TOS. Whether or not it actually is, I don't know. But also too, I think it's important, and I know YouTube changed their TOS or whatever to include behavior on other platforms, but I don't think all other platforms have taken on this new approach or whatever. So this is still her doing one thing on one platform, while like her YouTube platform is, kind of left alone. So if she is violating TOS, she's only violating TOS possibly on Instagram, very possibly on YouTube, but I think that would be a stretch. But I mean, it shouldn't be ignored, though. I mean, I agree, but it just seems like YouTube writes all these TOS and these rules or whatever and guidelines to appease everyone, but they don't really want to have to go through the motions of enforcing them, because that's going to hurt their bottom line. Anytime they delete a channel, they're deleting interest in their platform. It's going to hurt their bottom line. They don't want to do that. They only do it when they're kind of really forced to do it, because a lot of people are getting pissed off, or they see real risk of like litigation in the future as a result. Oh, I thought it said Hulk. I was like, what am I getting? It says Hulu. Oh, hey, PJ. I don't know. I don't know if that's the PJ I'm thinking of, or the Secret Diary one, but I was just talking about you a few minutes ago. Oh, good, actually. Did I see Renelle in here too? I see people are talking to her. Oh, there she is. Okay. Hey, Renelle. Oh, you missed a lot. I have a theory on why it is she hates religion and everything, and it stems back to her days in this quote unquote cult or whatever. But mostly it was from her post that she said something I thought was very telling, and I'll go ahead and repeat that much. But anyways, oh, and then I'll go through and finish reading the Forever 21 ones. So here, the most recent post, or at least it was most recent, like 10 minutes ago. But in this, if you scroll down, she says right here, ethical standards for churches will generally state that no pastor should ever serve in a business relationship with their members due to their perceived authority over the member. Additionally, accepting personal gifts by members is a conflict of interest, as it can be viewed as a bribe or to gain favor. And now the first time I read that, I'm like, what are people bribing for? What, to get into heaven? I mean, what authority do these pastors have over their lives? What power are they yielding? There isn't any, because you pretty much get out of religion whatever it is you put into it, But then I started thinking, I'm like, well, wait, no, Katie did get shit out of religion. She got like a lot of shit out of religion. She got donations. She got all kinds of like financial or, material help, until she didn't. So that last sentence there, though, can be viewed as a bribe or to gain favor. So I'm like, is she just like pissed off that the church like kind of said to her, well, we can't give you all of our help that we have to give. We have to spread it out. Is she just like mad about that? And then so I went through, was looking at a lot of her older posts and shit, and I found that in 2000, was it 15? I think it might have been, no, yeah, 2015, 2016, 2015, 2016. That's when she joined the church or whatever. She found religion again. And she made all these posts and everything about how wonderful the parish is, the people there, the community, the pastor, the masses, the services, everything. I mean, everything was wonderful. It was everything she was looking for, missing and needed in her life, until it wasn't. Then in 2017, in early 2017, that's when she started writing for Patheos, because that's when she started posting all of these blog posts from Patheos on her page there. And so many of them had to do with cults, not even necessarily religious organizations, like cults, even cults like NXIVM or whatever, because I don't think that was really religious in nature. But any kind of cults, but also religious cults. And she just started going for these faith leaders and even just worshipers, like everyone. Like she even started dragging her kid into it, like, oh, my son's so much happier now that we're not in the church anymore, blah, blah, blah. So then I read a blog post she did during that time where she explains how she only joined the church because they love bombed her and they made her feel intoxicated from all the attention. She was chasing that high for like years. And as what she was describing as love bombing wasn't love bombing. It was people being there when she called upon them. That was it. Like they weren't like showing up at her house, like just, hey, surprise, here, take these gifts. We love you. It wasn't even like that. It was like she needed something. She called the church and they were there. That's what she's calling love bombing. I shit you not. That is what she's calling love. Anytime I had a question and I called, there was always someone there to talk with me. That's what she's calling love bombing. Like, what the fuck? Anyway, so I just judging by how like everything was like, I love this church, I love this church, I love this church, to like nothing, and then I hate this church and I hate all churches and religion. Like, what the fuck is that about? Like, there's a reason for that. There's a fucking reason for that. I don't know exactly what it is, but I kind of want to find out. I'm going to see what I can do to find out too. So yeah, that's what we're talking about. That's what you missed. So is it wrong for the church to appreciate that you're there? No, absolutely not. See, here's the thing. I mean, I don't know if she's saying that it's wrong or not, but I mean, I don't think it's wrong. Especially if you do contribute to the community. I think the church should appreciate anyone who contributes to the community, their community. I don't think that the church should go out of their way to thank you for contributions you have not made. You know what I mean? In my opinion, that would be love bombing. Like where you haven't really had a chance to contribute much of time, energy, whatever the case may be, or you just plain and simply had the time, but just didn't. But the church keeps showing up and going above and beyond for you. Not just when you call upon them, but even when you don't. That's love bombing. But whether you contribute or not, if you call upon the church because you need something and they're there, that's them doing their fucking job, I think. So. Yeah, she also, there was a blog post where she went on and on about how her kid was happier now that they found Jesus or whatever. But yeah, like I said, I don't really care about the shit with her kids, so I'm not reading it. Until they no longer served her and her needs. Hypocrite. And that's the thing. Like, I mean, if you go back, you'll hear the posts and everything I was reading from her. And these posts weren't about like the things that this community was doing for the community or for other communities or for other people in the community. It was always what they can do for her. Like she was so psyched to finally, I mean, that one post there, she talks about how, well, I have a couple of, really close friends I can vent to about anything, but then I need more. Like she literally says that I have a couple, but I need more. And then she says, it'd be so great to have someone who has like the resources and shit and shares like same kind of thinking as me, but who's just a few minutes away in the car so I can call upon whenever I need something. Like, that's what she was excited about for this community, you know? Like, people pick up on that shit. Her safety and her practice. How do you think I should go about it? What do you mean? I don't know what you mean. Her safety and her practice. I don't know. I think I need more information to give an answer on that. But I mean, if you want to talk about hair, great. If not, you can always reach out to me in DM. So that's up to you. So. I give all my kids, teachers, aides, bus drivers gifts to show how much we appreciate them. So am I bribing them? You might be. I say that only because like no one really thinks to do that. They should. Everyone should think to do that though. Everyone should be more like you. But just because no one else really is like you, it could be looked at as a bribe. It shouldn't be. No, people give their time to run a church, so heaven forbid people want to show appreciation. Right, exactly. Yeah, I mean, yeah. I tagged you on Twitter with a link to deck. Yes, I know you did. I know you did. I still haven't watched the whole thing though. You're surprised by his conclusions. I haven't heard his conclusions yet, so like I think a lot of his opinions or whatever come from common sense, and that's why I think so many people find him appealing, because that kind of sense is common, I think. But I mean, he's not really even a psychologist, is he? I mean, I don't. I know I looked into his qualifications once, only because of Katie though, because she was comparing him to Dr. Drew, and I'm like, wait a minute, but Dr. Drew's like a doctor. This Grande guy's like not, like he's human resources or something. I don't know. It was a related field, albeit. I would like to have her on my channel, but I'm afraid for her safety and her practice. Wait, who were we talking about? A psychologist contacted me about KJ, and she has been following her for a while, and she was so enlightening and informative. Well, I mean, I think that would depend on the psychologist. Like, if she's okay with, if she wants an anonymity, then you have to, I think, take all that into consideration. But if she doesn't care, then I don't think that you're obligated really to do anything about it. I would let her decide that. But if she does want anonymity, just as a listener and as a viewer, or whatever, my advice would be to you have to verify that she is what she says she is, like credentials and shit like that. You don't have to reveal that, obviously, because it would kind of ruin the whole anonymity thing though. But you can state that you contacted her place of employment. You don't have to say who it is. You can just say she works in a, I don't know, medically related field, and I contacted the place of employment, and they verified her position there, and they verified her credentials. You can just leave it at that. But I do recommend doing that, just because anything I'm listening to, I want to know that shit like that's been verified. I don't need to know the specifics. I just want to know it's been done. So I would recommend that. But anything else, I don't know. See, I'm not too concerned about her safety. I'm thinking of this more of like, what would I do if it were my channel? So yeah, I would do the verification and everything, but I would want to do several interviews with her first, like off camera, off the record or whatever, just to get a feel for what it is, why she's reaching out to you. I mean, she's doing this for kind of a shallow, vapid reason, or is she doing it from a place of, sincerity or whatever? That's what I would be concerned about. Because I've had people reach out to me, and I mean, the ones who were serious, the ones who I would have loved to have had on the channel or to talk with, they're the ones who didn't want to follow through with shit. They just wanted, like, I don't know, like, let me just leave this here for you to run with, and then bye, later, I'm out of here, But the ones who didn't really come from a place that I found good, they were gung ho. Yeah, put me on. So that's what I mean. I mean, I don't know. Then again, I'm a very hugely cynical person, so I don't know. Yeah, he has a PhD, but I forget what it's in. It's not psychology, I don't think. I believe you have okay. Yeah, that's the only thing I think first and foremost you want to just verify that they are what, not necessarily even who they say they are, but more importantly what they say they are. So yeah, as far as interviewing her, you can always like, I don't know what kind of system you use or whatever, but or what kind of system she uses, but like my lipstick is peeling off now, it's bothering me. But on the iMac, I use this thing called SnapCam. It's basically Snapchat for the iMac, but it's a little bit different. It's more like desktop oriented. But you can use all kinds of filters that monitor or that alter the voice, alter, looks, whatever. You can even just have the head disappear completely. There's things you can do. So as far as protecting her in that way, I mean, you can leave that in her hands to do, even not even yours. So that might give her a sense of, security there. I don't know if there's an equivalent for Windows or what it is. So because that's Windows. Yeah, and I'm not putting this on because I care about my looks, but the lipstick underneath it's starting to peel off and it's driving me nuts to at least mask it for a little while. What I just do? Okay. Oh, let me go back to yeah, it is. SnapCam is very easy. In fact, I just made like a quick little tutorial and posted it for Tina because she has an iMac, I think, or something. I don't know, something Apple related. Yeah, the human traffic, like the one I just read now, where she says that. Where is it? Right here. Was it this one? No, it was the other one. Right here. I don't support companies that support human trafficking, mind control, coercion, fraud, and men who hold the fear of hell over the heads of the people they traffic to work for them. What are you doing, man? What are you doing? I mean, come on. Like human trafficking, okay, yeah, sure, that covers like the whole sex industry, trafficking trade and whatever. But I think the majority of it is in like indentured servitude, you know. So I mean, how is that the case? Like these people are not being picked up in like these other third world countries and forced to work for some rich family in the Western world. Okay, they're not being forced into brothels or some shit like that. They're dancing. They're doing their passion, their life's passion, on sets, on productions, like legitimate productions. Who the fuck is being trafficked? No one's being trafficked. Stop taking this heavy hitting word used to describe something horrific and applying it to this acceptable thing, because you are desensitizing anyone who reads that will have a desensitized reaction to that word in the future. Therefore, you are going to end up taking advocacy away from the real fucking problem. I mean, you are not in any way acting as an advocate at that point. You are acting in only your self-interest. That is it. And you are, in fact, causing harm to these things you claim to want to advocate for. You are doing harm to them. That pisses me off. It really does. Anyway, there was another post, wasn't there? Oh, yeah, this is one I read earlier. Oh, I didn't even see all these screenshots. There's several of them here, isn't there? So they filed for bankruptcy. What the hell? Shit. All right, sorry, I had to sneeze. I might have to again, too. All right, where is it here? Okay. Now, did she type this out? Is she saying, though I once purchased almost all my clothing from the fast fashion retailer, I can't say I'm surprised by its announcement? Forever 21 has long been accused of stealing designs from smaller companies, exploiting foreign workers, and harming the environment, all of which have discouraged me and others from shopping there. Yeah. I'm sure that has these things, if they've happened, have discouraged shoppers from shopping there, sure. But you didn't care to even hear about it until now. Like many other millennial and Gen Z shoppers, I've also recently begun to favor thrift shops over major retailers. Yeah, okay. I just want to say I'm a better person here because I'm resisting the urge to make a joke about the clothing at Amy King's store. No offense, Amy King. It's just that I don't like the clothes. But I'm sure that the customer service is wonderful. Clothing retail file for Chapter 11 on Sunday. I've been discouraged from shopping at Forever 21 since I learned about its ties to sweatshops and climate change. Now, is she saying this? She's saying this shit? Like, for real. Despite Forever 21's various controversies, I wasn't truly discouraged from shopping there until I learned that the chain has long been accused of exploiting workers and harming the environment. Bullshit. Fashion empire or copywriting Christian cult? Who wrote that? Like, is that supposed to be the celebritynetwork.com that wrote that? Yeah, I'm side-eyeing that. 12 Times Forever 21 has made people really, really upset. Since launching their first retail store in 1984, Forever 21 is no stranger to controversy with a... This almost looks like an article on, what was it, Medium? I don't know if it is or not. I could be wrong, but I don't know. When they were roasted on Twitter for featuring white models in straight out of Compton t-shirt. That is fucked up. It is. Yeah, Forever 21, you deserve that one completely. And sold something that resembled a Native American headshot. In sweatshop-like conditions, after the U.S. Department of Labor subpoenaed Forever 21 in 2012, demanding information on their working hours and wages, the company ignored the request. Investigators found proof that manufacturers were producing goods for the company under sweatshop-like conditions. I want to know what that means. Multiple rip-off claims from other big brands. Okay. Well, I think they're all guilty of that. Just saying. Probably even the sweatshop thing, but just because they're all guilty of it doesn't mean that they don't deserve to have their shit called out. They do. They also fired Chrissy Teigen for gaining weight. Wow. What is it with her in bankruptcy? Like, why does she hate people who filed bankruptcy so bad? Like it's very odd. So because they filed bankruptcy, the company aligning with 7M is not surprising. Truly sad that there are such unethical companies out there. Holy shit. If she truly felt that they were sad, then she would be in the biggest fucking depression ever, because I can't think of an ethical company really anywhere, especially in the United States. Aren't these dancers on the Toyota Corolla commercial currently? Toyotas should be made aware. Just saying. Oh my God. Oh, I hope so. Oh, I hope so. Oh my, I want to see that. I want to see that for the wrong reasons. Not, I want to see that because I think that Toyota is going to be like, what, bitch? I could be wrong, but that'd be funny. Because that's a real big international company. I don't see that going the way they think it will. I used to work at the headquarters for 9.99 Stockroom Route 21. And one other story, KJ is just a blip on a piece of paper we would throw away at the end of the day. Yep. Yeah, exactly. Business and morals don't exactly go together. I mean, I take some issue with that, but I don't. It's not illegal, so unless they're doing illegal shit, then it's illegal. The best way is to use OBS virtual cam feature. Oh, okay. Yeah, if anyone has any kind of questions about streaming or any of this technical stuff or whatever, Negative is definitely the person you want to ask. I think Karen knows how to attack. Yeah. Why is she working with the production company instead of her FBI contacts if she is so worried about this call? Probably because the call is not actually doing anything illegal. I mean, I get that that's probably why you're asking that question, but yeah. And I have questions about this production company. I don't know. I don't see how a production company could make sense of being there in the capacity in which she wants people to think that they're there. Like, I don't see how that's would bode well for them, in monetary ways. I don't. No, I'm going to keep my thought to myself in that one. I think there's more to it. Maybe she feels if she brings them down, she will be vindicated of all her. Maybe. I think that I think it might be a combination of several things. Like, I do kind of think that she was contacted by someone who represented the family. I think that they wanted to get the word out there in the public, in the media, and I think that they contacted, an organization that has ties to a lot of influencers or, self-made reporters or what, you know what I mean? And I think that she was one of the people contacted to spread this certain narrative. And I think that that's what happened with the Sophie Long case too, when she went about it. And it may have happened in other ways. I don't know. But these are the two examples that I have strong suspicions on. And, that's fine. I don't think that that's illegal. I don't even think there's anything wrong with it, but I think she should be honest about it to a certain degree, or at least not be so goddamn righteous and self-righteous in her actions, because they're anything but. But that's just personal opinion. I mean, she's not obligated. As far as this thing goes, I think that I think that's why she got involved. And I think she got overly involved like she does with most things. And I think that she went too far, and she knows that she went too far, but she also knows that if she backs down, then her backing down will make all of her actions up until this point be anything but lucrative. She continues to keep going hard for them the way she's going, and it's going to pay off for her. It will. As shitty as that is to admit, it's going to pay off, like financially. She may end up with a few more lawsuits, sure. But in the long run, it's going to get her exposure, and it's going to get her clicks, and it's going to get her views, and it's going to get her money. So, hate to be the bearer of bad news, but that's exactly what's going to happen. Yeah, exactly, Jujubee. Kind of like the Clark Swanson thing, throw out the info to a bunch of creators and see who takes the bait. I think that there are actual marketing or public relations companies or organizations that work with, specific or certain creators, and there may even be a fuck ton of them that they work with, and I think that people who are looking for some sort of representation like that in the public eye will reach out to these organizations, and then they arrange a deal, and then word is sent down the pipeline. I don't like it either. It seems very dirty-handed or underhanded, very dirty. Yeah, absolutely. But it's not illegal, I don't think. I mean, I never went to reporting school or whatever. I don't know if her views have been down. I know that. Well, I mean, if you compare her views at any time to her Duggar views during the trial, all of her views will show to be down, because that was not only like the highlight of her views, but that was a huge highlight. Like, those were kick-ass views. She may not see those same views for a long while. So I would be reluctant to just compare them overall, because I don't think that it's going to really paint an accurate picture. I think if you compare her views now to pretty much any other story she's done in the past year and a half, other than the trial ones, that's, I think, would be a more comparable group. Like, even if you compare it to her other Duggar content, like before the trial and shit, I think that those should be included in the comparison. But if you're going to compare them to the trial videos, I don't think that's, I think that's going to give you like a skewed conclusion, I think. I don't know what you're talking about negative. They looked into other families out there with similarities. I don't even know if you might not even be talking to me. No. Oh, you and I were completely seeing eye to eye the other night about this. After watching Grande's video, I think I moved more to the undecided, leaning to possibly true. They looked into the other families and there were similarities. And there may be. I mean, like I said, if this does turn out to be a cult, I don't think that there's enough there to call it one now. And there are things like, and I've said this repeatedly, there are things that I find like, they don't rest well with me, but I also value different things, I think, at my age than I did at 25. If I were a 25-year-old dancer in LA, then that may be exactly what I'm looking for. I think that right now it's potentially something really good and it's potentially something really bad, but covering it the way she's covering it and going for them the way she's going for them, she's helping to create what it is she says she fears. Like, her actions are not going to stop them from being harmful people that prey upon others. She's going to speed it up. And more importantly, the victims are going to end up being more alienated than ever because of her actions. So, I mean, like I said, there are things about them that I think should definitely be watched, pay attention to. It should be monitored. But as it is right now, I can't say that I'm nowhere near ready to call him a cult. Yeah, she's not a millennial. She's like Generation Y or Z or something like that. Like, I know there's Generation X, like my sisters were Generation X, I think. So whatever one is after that. Yeah, Jujubee, I think you are 100% right with that. She says, she is on the best platform because she has a never-ending supply of new subscribers. I feel like she has a bit that just continually plays her videos, a whole computer dedicated to it. I made that up. Okay, that part, yeah. But I think you're right, though, about the never-ending supply of new subscribers. Like, I think that that's been a huge chunk of her, like, I don't know, that's the word I'm looking for, of out of her playbook almost. Like, there's always going to be new idiots on YouTube. In other words, it takes people a little while, I think, if they like her shit. I mean, she presents, she does put out there interesting content, like very, I don't know, exciting content, even just because it's partially because of the spin she puts on it, and also partially because she has no shame. Some of the stories are kind of exciting, but they're never nearly as nearly as exciting as she makes them sound out to be. But yeah, people catch on, people get pissed, people move on. But for every person that moves on, there's another one to take their place. So I think you're absolutely right about that. You are almost 50 and you are Generation X. With the Brat Pack, I think they were called, like in the 80s, like the John Hughes movies, actors or whatever. That was Generation X, right? Like they're considered Generation X. What are you talking about, Emaloni? KJ deletes post after getting caught faking a response from Forever 21 to the call to accusations. Please share and repost so that everyone sees KJ Louise. Where was this? Where can I see a copy of it? Where, like, maybe the subreddit or something? Yeah, if she stuck with her gossip content, she would blow up even more. You're right, she would. It would take her longer though to do it. She would have to put in the time and the work and everything. But yeah, she would do it, and the numbers would be organic numbers. Like they would stay, they would hold. The numbers that she has now, like they're not true. They're not going to stick around. There's going to be just a constant cycle of just in and out, in and out, in and out. 42 to 57 years of the age of the Generation X. I just looked up. So really? It's that long? I thought it was like, oh no, yeah, maybe. I don't know. On Reddit? Okay. Oh, cool. I am signed in this one. Yay. Oh, that's funny. All right. Punchy, what are you doing? What are you doing, Punch? Let's see. I don't. It's when was it posted? Oh, here we go. All right, I got it. All right. All right, so it's from 23 hours ago. KJ deletes post after getting caught faking a response from Forever 21 to the called accusations. Please share and repost so that everyone sees KJ Louise creating fake proof. Okay, scammer. Okay. But how do we know this? I mean, oh wait, there's pictures here. Okay. Can I blow this up? Oops, wrong way. All right, here we go. Let's see. Miranda Derrick supporter. Do you research? It's not a cult. Yes, it is. Okay. No shit. Did you oh my God. So whose page was this on? Oh wait, she deleted it, then it won't still be there. All the comments will be gone and shit. All right, never mind. Wow. That is crazy. Holy shit. Sorry, I had to sneeze again. Her Instagrams. It might still be in the Instagram post catcher. So it's 23 hours ago. So it should be after that. Holy shit! It's there. Yep. Right there. I pulled it up in here, but it takes forever for Discord to come up running. But if you're in the Discord, the subreddit Discord, you go down to all the different channels there, whatever, in the server. Down towards the bottom, there's Katie's Gram, and it saves every one of her Instagram posts, and it's there from March 24th, 6:57 or 8:57 a.m. my time. I can't tell how this is on. 8:57. Yeah, 8:57 a.m. So just before 9 a.m. Eastern time is when she posted it. Yeah, okay. Wow, holy shit! And she wrote #canceled when she posted it. Oh my god! Oh, that's so fucking funny. What is wrong with her? Holy shit! Thank you. Oh my god, thank you, Em Maloney, for sharing that with me, pointing it out. Thank you so much. I never would have even looked in there. I never would have found it. That is hilarious. Yeah, the Reddit thread, what I just looked at, the post on in the subreddit, it says Katie deletes post after getting caught faking a response from Forever 21 to the cult accusations. Please share and repost so that everyone sees KJ the Weasel creating fake proof. Yeah, and a bunch of hashtags. And they posted a screenshot of it. Response from a different message. And yeah, and then they shared the screenshot of the comments. Well, I'm not sharing screen anymore, so you can't see it. Why am I even? It makes no sense unless I can show you. Okay, so here it is. So then in the next screenshot that they share in the post is this one here. They're showing the comments. And here is where it's not a cult. And here's the response, the reply to that. But if you go down, here's this comment, and then here's the reply to that. Okay, but the picture Katie shared is this. It's not a cult. And then she put that response there right underneath it. Wow, that's fucked up. I'm not surprised, but. Oh, shoot. Sorry, I got to contact them too. I saw something over here I want to look at too. I don't understand why that one's there though. Oh, is it? Okay. Katie lied in her motion to dismiss filed in November of the Todd Chrisley case. She's claiming she's protected because she's a journalist. Yeah, I remember when that happened. There had just been a lawsuit, I think, in the state of Washington, where the court ruled that YouTubers do not, they don't fall under the same protection as journalists do regarding like freedoms of press and shit like that. So I remember when she filed this, there was discussion about it but I think that there was just a ruling for the state of Washington. I'm not positive. I'm not legal expert here, but I don't know if it pertains the same to her or not. But yeah, I mean, I think for the most part, everyone should have many of those same protections. But I think there are some protections that should be extended, be above and beyond for people who put in the work to do their job responsibly. Like fucking reporters and journalists, maybe, not YouTubers. Look at her post as of 2 minutes ago. Okay. Yeah, I haven't refreshed Instagram here in a while. Oh, sure. I gotta check that. What am I doing? What the fuck? Are you kidding me? Oh, all right. Check that out too. All right. So there's this. Wait, let me pull something else up to the background. Well, I think the one on Facebook's been taken down. Yeah, the one on Facebook I think has been taken down. Yeah, the newest one on her Facebook account now is about Josh Duggar. It's not at all similar to the one on Instagram. So here we have an Instagram post she made 5 minutes ago, or about 5 minutes ago. Miranda Wilking, a beautiful girl that loved her family and all her friends, someone who was thoughtful, kind, and filled with energy. She made her friends all feel special and loved. Never then would she have ever traded or said she was scared of her dad until a man with a God complex preyed on her vulnerability and willingness to please attitude. That almost sounds like she's blaming fucking Miranda for this, like for having such a willingness to please attitude. Anyways, Miranda just likes to keep the peace and make everyone around her happy. He preyed on that in her and twisted her mind against everybody she loved. She is one victim of many who worships a man that is a con artist, thief, and predator. What I believe is that Robert Shin is a dangerous man. After speaking to dozens of people, I believe all women around him are in danger of being sexually exploited and emotionally damaged. I believe that Robert Shin has ruined and destroyed dozens of people's lives. He truly believes he is God. He's not a God. He is a man that has an insatiable desire to control, manipulate, harm, and abuse others. He has convinced once loving young people that their families are dangerous. What is it with her in plural and possessive with the word family? Why can't she get this right? That they are on a quest to save the world. All they have to do is follow him and all their dreams will come true. When they don't obey, they are scolded, punished, and humiliated. There is an urgent need to get the story out because right now there are beautiful women. Well, what if they weren't beautiful? Then there wouldn't be an urgent need to get it out. What the fuck? I mean, that's inside this group that one day could become victims of his sick desires. But if you're not beautiful, then, that's cool. So don't stop spreading the word. Real people's lives and well-beings are at risk. Fucking clapping. Fuck you. Okay. Wow. I'm going to screenshot this shit because I don't think this is going to stay up for long. Okay. That's crazy. She's crazy. I am not even a journalist and or reporter. I just did really well in English from middle school through college. And I even know the differences. Right? Exactly. Like, there was at least twice tonight that I read her typing using the word families in both the plural and the possessive way, and she got them both wrong. I don't even know what that sound was for. Where's that alert? I'm telling you, that post is not showing up though when I look at her page. Like, here, I'll show you. Oh my God. Fuck. Okay, so, oh no, now it's there. Okay, it wasn't there earlier. And I swear I refreshed it too. Okay. It said it's been there for 9 minutes though. Wait a minute. The one you sent me says 27 minutes. So I think she deleted the one you took a screenshot of and sent me and then posted this one afterwards. That's what I'm going to guess. Oh, no, wait, maybe here it is. Okay, my bad. It wasn't there, though. But this one says 40 minutes ago. Okay. All right, so I'm told that this is a little bit different than the one on Instagram. So the Shins have created another account to try to smear me along with anyone else that speaks out against them. Because it's all about the right. Yeah. What I believe is that Robert Shen is a dangerous man. After speaking to dozens of people, I believe all women around him are in danger of being sexually exploited, and emotionally damaged. I believe that Robert Shen has ruined and destroyed dozens of people's lives. He truly believes he is God. He is not a God. He is a man that has an insatiable desire to control, manipulate, harm, and abuse others. He has convinced once loving people that their families, she did it again, are dangerous, that they are on a quest to save the world. All they have to do is follow him and all their dreams will come true. When they don't obey, there's going. Don't stop spreading the word. Real people's lives and well-beings are at risk. What the fuck? Exposer of the exposer of a smear campaign of a truth campaign. What the fuck is? Oh God, Katie, stop making up accounts and trying to play like they're coming at you. Come on now. I believe that that's Katie. I believe that that's Katie's fucking account. Allegedly. Okay. Unless, wait a minute. Did I miss a post here? No, I didn't. Okay. No comments, though, huh? Oh, wait, there's two of them. Uh-huh. Did you read the first post? It's critical of the Shins and 7M. I'm not sure what the strategy would be for them to create an account to smear themselves. But then you don't know how to troll. I mean, it's kind of like a double cross, kind of situation when you look at it that way. And I don't like to look at it that way because I think it becomes kind of redundant because then nothing you look at is legitimate anymore. It's like, why bother? But I still think it's her. Just saying. All right. Oh, shoot. Damn it. Don't X out. Don't X out. I almost ended the stream. There we go. Wait. Did I close? Oh, no, I closed out the right one. Okay. I'm still here, right? Yeah, I am. Has KJ ever covered the ass what? I don't think so. I've never even heard of that. He basically made his family a cult and impregnated 5. It was, oh my God. It was on the show Evil. Well, I've never even heard of it. I don't know. I'm with you on that conspiracy theory. Yeah. Exactly. She needs a story to get out so she can look more credible. Exactly. Because bottom line is the story gets out there. She's going to have haters, doubters, detractors, whatever. But she's going to gain more supporters too. This is what's been working for her. If you consider this working. I mean, it wouldn't be working for me. I would want something different. But she's happy with it and it's working for her. I don't know. Yeah, always archive everything. You need to get the Wayback extension. I do have it. I have some extension. It's the archive page extension I have. I don't know. I use it every now and then. It takes so freaking long. I don't know. And I'm not really sure how to archive like social media stuff. I might have to ask you a few questions about that. Because I tried to do it once and I don't think it worked. But okay. It's 10:30. I've been streaming for way longer than I planned on. And I still have like a lot of shit around here I have to do. So and now my dog's fighting. So I'm gonna wrap this up. Oh no, I don't think she's too chicken to go after Scientology. I just don't think it's gonna prove lucrative for her because it's already been done. It's been done on a large scale too. And Leah Remini. She'll never get bigger than Leah Remini. So I think it would be a waste of her time, and she thinks that way too. Like if Leah Remini never happened, then yeah, I think she'd go after him. I don't think Katie's fearless. Okay. I just think that she's hoping that she's made it a victim. She wants to see her. She wants to be the victim. She wants to be some organization's victim for both the martyrdom experience and whatever other sick shit she gets off it, in my opinion. So it's not that she's fearless, it's that she's kind of masochist, maybe. I don't know. All right. She's not even bugging with me, but she's gonna start barking and getting loud. So I'm gonna call it a night. Good night, everyone. See ya. Oh, shut up, dog. Okay, so shh, 1 second. So I put an invitation out there for you and Rock for tomorrow night, okay? Because there's been all this talk about me going on his channel, but like he gets gun shy. He doesn't want to pull the trigger or something. So I'm gonna do it for him. Okay. I'm gonna step up and be the man here, and I'm gonna do it for him. So the invitation is extended for tomorrow night. I have an improv show, but I should be home around like, I don't know, 9:30, 10 o'clock. Anytime after that. And I put it out there already once in last night's video, or this morning's videos when I posted it. I'm more than happy to turn the live chat off so he and I can chat. Like, yeah, it'll be live stream, but to he and I, it's just going to be a chat between he and I. You know what I mean? And I also explained the whole like muting things, while each person talks, so there's no interruptions. Just saying what I put out there. The invitation is still there. Hopefully I hear from him. We'll see. I haven't checked Twitter though yet, so maybe I did hear from him. We'll see. Anyways, good night. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye.